Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to part 2 of this DCS A-10 Combined Arms mission. And I've got a strike going in against an SA-9 site. So let me check this out real quick and go to my F2 view on this A-10 flight as they go in and just lob a Maverick in on an SA-9 site real quick. That's all I want these guys to accomplish. And I can see out there on the ridge the additional artillery strike going on in that area. And I've also got, looks like an enemy artillery strike going in right there off the nose of the A-10. That's not my fire going in, that's the enemy fire going in. Okay, missile away. What I want to do now is just pull these guys off of the attack. So have them stop attack, and that'll just cycle them back out to their IP. That's where I want them to be. I just want them to hold out there. Okay, sounds good. So, let me see. This was their target, so I should have that Maverick starting to come in. I can see in the background out there those A-10s popping off some flares out there in the distance. Okay, SA-9 site looks like it's active now. But I think it's going to be a little bit too late for this SA-9. I should be getting impact any second now. Here it comes. Okay, missed a little bit. Okay, and it is moving. So I need to send them back in to re-engage on that once they get re-established out there at the IP. Okay, so I am up through right engine start. Okay, AC generator and instrument inverter check. So what I want to do here is just actually get my AC generators up and running. I should have done that prior to engine start. Okay, so now I have my actual generators up. I'll pull one offline, make sure that my left chain light comes on, but the other one takes the load. Pull the other one off, make sure that light comes on, but the other one takes the load. Instrument inverter, I want to go to test. Okay. And the test position just essentially just make sure that AC power off the generator and not the inverter is going straight to the instruments. The inverter is just up here in the standby position, and it really only kicks in if the AC generators themselves go offline. The inverter is just pulling DC power and converting it to AC straight off the battery. Okay, so, okay, now, let me see here. Before taxi, crust feed off. Okay, check that emergency brake handle, got it. CSMP. Okay, I'm going to get my countermeasures set up here. I'll go to standby, on, and on, and on. I'll go to the self-test on RWR. Let that step through a bit. And while I'm here, let me go ahead and go day and day, and go ahead and load all of my, for my data transfer cartridge. Okay, I'll just leave that mode in standby. Okay, lots of chaff, lots of flares. That's exactly what I want this time around. Okay, ILS and TACAN, I'm going to worry about, well, actually no, I'll worry about it right now. What is my ILS frequency for this field I'm at? Mineral line Vody, ILS is 111.7 for runway 12. I'll just go with that, 111.7. And do a quick ops check of the ILS system. So 111, oh good lord, okay there we go, 0.7. ILS on. I should get a Morse code coming through here real quick so that I can identify the ILS that I have. I was trying to adjust the volume there. Okay, I'll take that as good and press on. I have no TACAN station to worry about, so that's good. Okay, defog NIIS if required. Signal lights test. Okay, so let me do one more lamps check. Okay, good gear handle, good lights back here. Okay, everything is now up and running up here on my HUD and my forward instrument panel. Good caution and warning lights. All lights illuminated down here, so everything is exactly as I want on that signal lights text. Okay, flaps cycle, and I'll be doing this with the crew chief. Go flaps full down. Okay, flaps are down, flaps back up. I'll just leave them in the intermediate takeoff position and call that part of it good. Speed brakes check, flight control, SAS trim, takeoff trim, and brakes. Okay, so let me just run through this entire sequence right here. Okay, speed brakes. I'm going to hold them, and I'm going to, well, there is a lot more that you would do with the speed brakes there. I'll just take this as good on the speed brake check and press on over here. Engagement SAS channels. And engagement anti-skid switch. I'll paddle everything off. Okay, good to go. I'll go test left. Test right. Re-engage them. I'll do a quick check of the trim, just cycle it through all directions. And I'm blowing off a lot of this. I'm kind of eager to get into the air and get this thing going. And takeoff trim, that returns everything back to the standard position, and the light was illuminated. Got it. I'll take all that as good, and I'll also do a quick brakes check. And crew chief's going to verify good movement. Okay, so all this stuff is good. Good. Okay, slide operation. Okay, I will check that with the crew chief as well. I'll take that as good. Pitot heat. I'll go pitot heat on. Verify that the crew chief can verify heat out there on the pitot. And I'll go back to off on that here in a second. CDU data. Verify and enter. Okay, and I've got INS nav ready. I'll go ahead and press nav and do this. Okay, let me go to the... While I'm here, let me go to flight plan. Go to manual so that I have to manually step through the steer points, which is what I like. I'll go to steer point. Okay, and initial position. I'll cycle through everything. Okay, IP, Alpha, Bravo, off. Okay, so I've got some good steer points to use out there in the distance to give me a good indication and help me slave some missiles on over. Okay, CDO line. Okay, got that. Okay, got all this. That's all done. All done. Okay, targeting pod, already got it. RWR test is required. Already done that. TechAnd test, flight instruments. Okay, ADI, standby ADI uncaged. Got it. Everything's looking good down here. Okay, good. Go to Eggy on my nav mode. Okay, Eggy steer points. Good. Okay, at this point I can go ahead and engage my IFC bit and get that going. Okay, I've already got my DTS upload. Let me pull up my CD repeater. Leave that there. Let me go to my status page. Just do a quick check here. Okay, everything is in the green. And yeah, that's no MFLs. Everything is as I would expect. Okay, Dismas. Okay, CBU 97s. And AGM 65. Let me check my profile on the 97s real quick. Okay, let me go to view profile. Okay, it's going to give me, okay, single releases, no tail, CCIP. I want these to be defaulted to CCRP. Okay, height of function 1800. Function time, fuzzy 39. Got it. That'll work. I'll be at high altitude. I got so much AAA in there, I will be at high altitude, so height of function is fine. Okay, good bit, exit, and CSIP consent option. I'm going to be doing CCRP, so I'm not even going to worry about that. Then go IFC to on, and okay, that's all set. Okay, so yeah, I'm happy with that profile. I'll go back to my status page, and okay, that's good. TAD. Now let me go ahead and get this set up. Let me make my TAD my sensor of interest. Zoom back out. And we go to flight plans. So I have my, I don't really need to do this, but I'll go to steer point flight plan. Now I've got the flight plan called out on my TAD, and I can cycle through the steer points like that, and I'll leave it on steer point 1 for my initial takeoff. Okay, let me go to F10 and do a quick check of the air war. I'm almost ready to taxi here, but okay, good enough. Let me go ahead and send these A-10s in there on that SA-9 side one more time, and see if I can get a good hit on it this time around. Okay, so I want to add target, SA-9, and same thing as before. I just want to see this thing taken out, and then shift targets from there. Okay, still got artillery fire going in on that ridge back behind me. Got more stuff smoking up there. Hopefully that SA-9 that was on the ridge is down. And let me see. I could probably, if I put my mind to it, find this SA-9 out there and do some stuff with the JTAC. But I mean, this would be great in multiplayer if I was into multiplayer at all. Just coming in here and acting as a JTAC, marking targets. I mean, the problem with that is that it requires so many people to be on the same page. And unless you're playing with people that you know what you're doing, and that you know are doing, what you have in mind, well, then again, it probably wouldn't be that fun if you're just doing it with random people. But I could see the attraction. I can see the potential in it, at least. Okay, let me check on this area real quick. And, oh wow, everything except for a tank is down. Let's go ahead and shift the artillery fire over to a new position. Okay, F10. Let me select my artillery battery. And let me put the artillery in on this position for now. So, okay, add target right here. Same setup as before, 500 foot radius. Let me go ahead and start fire. And then I really need to concentrate heavily on this area. This is the primary threat because they're just lined up waiting for the tanks to roll down the valley. Okay, let me go to my first A-10. And let's see how this goes. Okay, I've got a little bit of time. Let me go to my aircraft one more time. Get caught up here on the checklist. Okay, at this point I can go APU off. And I can also go APU gen switch off, although the APU generator wasn't really doing anything for me once the regular AC gens off the engines kick in. Okay, F2. Okay, should be getting into good range to engage with Maverick again on this target area. It's still got, looks like I still have some artillery fire going in on that ridge up there. I need to double check and make sure that I did. I thought that designating a new target would stop fire up there, but I might need to go back up there and manually stop that mission. Okay, should be coming up in the area right now, and let me see, I've still got lots of playtime out of these. I can see in the distance the tanks right there at the entrance of the town. Right there by that tower. I don't know if it's even going to show up in the video. It gets downsampled to 1080p. Okay, there we go. That's a good shot off the Maverick. Pulling out of the target area. Then we go ahead and go stop attack. And follow this guy in. I wonder if I can go to... Yeah, I can. F6 view for the Maverick and follow it in. Okay, so there we go. I can see the SA-9 that it's going in on right now. Looks like it went for some cover there. Okay, and impact. That's a good hit. Okay, much better. Those were the only two surface-to-air missile threats that I know of in the area. So, okay, let me go ahead and get airborne now. Okay, so... Okay, AP generator, APU, MSCDs are done. So the ladder is stowed. AEP, page, got it. Got it. Idle core RPM check. Okay, let me hold the brakes. Let me go max and then pull it back to idle. I'm just checking that I don't go above 70% RPM, which you do in DCS, but it's no big deal. And stabilize at the idle stop. And okay, got it. Stabilize at idle within 10 seconds. Got it. Or for 10 seconds. Okay, EAC engaged. I'll get my radar altimeter to the normal position. And okay, TechN, ILS, landing lights as required, shocks removed. So okay. We just do one quick check around the cockpit just to make sure I'm not missing anything. And let me recenter my track IR. I just don't like this head position that we have in the A-10. Let me lean forward, recenter, and then lean back. Well, that's not going to do it either. I'll just keep it as is. I get used to it after a while, but you are a little bit too far forward in the A-10 by default. Okay, good. I'll take that. 225, 124, 30. Okay, good. Okay, APU, got that. Fuel flow, good. Okay, SAS channels are engaged. Take off trim, verify one more time. Got it. Okay, got it. Okay, flaps are in the takeoff position. Landing lights, I'll get that on taxi. Okay, master arm. Okay, pods on. Let me do a quick check on my my targeting pod real quick. Okay, air to ground. Just slew it around, make sure that it's functioning, and I'll go ahead and get it set up a little bit more of a good position for me. Okay, that's working just fine. I'll leave that as is. Let me go back to my CDU. And Maverick page. What I would do here is go EO power on, just do a quick ops check of the Mavericks. I might remember to do that, I might not, it doesn't really matter. Okay, HUD mode, day, normal. Okay, good. Okay, Iggy, steer point, good engine instruments. Okay, countermeasures, I'll set up once I get airborne. Okay, good config on power, good navigation instruments. I will go ILS off. Okay, there we go. Okay, the rest I'll take as is. Exterior lights. I always forget exterior lights for some reason. I don't know why. although they are right now off by default. I'll go to steady, I'll go anti-collision lights on in preparation for takeoff and taxi, and I'll just toggle them off with my switch over on my throttle once I am ready to get once I am airborne and getting into the target area. Okay, so reading ahead, taxi, visible steering, throttles, brakes, turn needle. Okay, takeoff data, I was shooting for about 130 and 140. Okay, before takeoff, okay, let me get this once I'm out there at the end of the runway. So let me go ahead and go VHF AM, A-10C, MLV, request taxi. And I do have the right frequency. I probably don't, actually. Let me go back to the briefing. What is the frequency for Minvodi? A-10C 135. Okay, that explains it. 130. Come on. Okay, gotta get rid of the briefing, apparently. 135. And let me go ahead and go VHF FM, request taxi. Okay, clear to taxi to runway 30. That'll be the one out to my right. So I need to taxi out there, then take off. Yeah, right to left. Okay, that'll work, but that's going to wait for the next video. So thanks again for watching, everybody, and I will see you next time with me getting airborne and into the target area. So see you in a bit. Thanks.